For many people, Capitol Reef is an afterthought. It's a place to stop on the way to somewhere else. But if you take time to explore the park, you will find massive arches, incredible rock formations, and loads of gorgeous scenery. This national park is gorgeous. You just have to know how to explore it. So in this episode, I'll give you an overview of Capitol Reef so you can start planning a trip. I'll show you a few places to stay, I'll tell you the best time of year to visit, I'll let you know how to prepare, and I'll give you a quick overview of each part of the park so you know what to expect once you get there. Capitol Reef National Park was established in 1971, and it's never been particularly popular. A lot of that is because of the location. Capitol Reef sits in the center of southern Utah. It's not close to Moab, and it's not close to Zion. So the only people that stop to see it are the people driving across the state. And even then, most people just drive through the park on Highway 24. They might stop at Chimney Rock or Hickman Bridge, but they don't really explore the park. Of course, if you've been watching this channel for any period of time, you know that's not really how we work. We've been to Capitol Reef multiple times. And on our last trip, we stayed for a month so we could really explore the area. And I really feel like Capitol Reef is heavily underrated. Most people seem to assume that it's a barren desert wilderness. And sure, some parts of the park look better than others, but Capitol Reef has a lot of really nice landmarks, from domes to slot canyons to arches. You can find all of it in Capitol Reef. You just have to know where to look. But first, you'll have to find a place to stay. The park is surrounded by BLM land, so dispersed camping is always an option while you're in Capitol Reef. But most people want to lodge someplace a little more developed, you know, with electricity and water. There are 3 towns that are close to Capitol Reef. Hanksville sits 40 minutes to the east. Hanksville has a lot of great landmarks, and you can easily spend a couple days there, but I don't think it makes sense for exploring Capitol Reef. If you're interested in Hanksville, I have a full episode dedicated to it, so check that out when you're done here. The next option is Boulder, which is an hour west of the Waterpocket district, but it's really only convenient if you're looking to explore Waterpocket. So for most people, Boulder doesn't make sense. The final option is Torrey. Most people stay in Torrey because it's convenient. Torrey is right on the side of Highway 24 just west of the park. There's plenty of lodging, there's a grocery store, and Torrey has some really good restaurants. Choc Balam was our favorite in Torrey, but most of them were pretty good. Although on a side note, the best restaurant we found during our stay was Hell's Backbone Grill and Farm in Boulder. It's a little pricey and you will be inundated with political messaging as you walk into the restaurant, but if you can deal with all of that, the food is amazing. Seriously, the ingredients are fresh and everything is made from scratch. The menu is always changing, so you'll want to check that out before you go, but everything at this restaurant was high quality. Aside from where to stay, you'll also need to consider the time of year that you're visiting. Each season offers something a little different in Capitol Reef, but hands down, winter is the best season to visit. I'm kidding. Winter is terrible. The trees are bare, you can't pick fruit, it's cold and windy, but the worst part is that the Gifford House is closed. That means you can't get pie, and if you can't get pie, what's the point? Summer is a little hot for my taste. Some of the orchards will be ripe, but I'm not a fan of the southern Utah heat. Summer is normally the time of year when I move north to Montana or Washington to escape the heat, because there are a lot of summer days when southern Utah is unbearable. Without a doubt, spring and fall are the best seasons for weather. Crowds are sizable, but if you're actually exploring the park, you won't see tons of people. In the end, I'd say fall is the best time to visit because you'll have a chance to pick from some of the orchards, and you don't get that in the spring. Before you go venturing into the park, you will need to consider a few things. These are all basic considerations, so I'll be quick. First, you're not likely to have cell service in the park. It's rare, so don't expect it. Download your trail maps before you get there, and enjoy being unplugged for a bit. Oddly enough, I did have cell service all the way down at Halls Creek Overlook, but that was one of the only spots, and it's one of the most remote parts of the park, so go figure. Water is always tough to come by in Capitol Reef, so you should carry a supply with you in your car and take plenty of water with you when you hike, especially in the summer. If you like history, the park has trails that lead to ruins, historic cabins, and petroglyphs, but each visitor is also responsible for protecting these sites, so don't go climbing on ruins or etching your name into the canyon walls. If you're hiking in the summer, you might see snakes in the park. Most of Capitol Reef snakes are non-venomous, but the park does have some rattlesnakes, so be aware. Next, Capitol Reef's trails can be steep and rocky, so make sure you have proper hiking footwear. You'll need good traction and proper support. You can hike some of these trails in tennis shoes, but your feet will hate you for it. Like most national parks, pets are allowed in Capitol Reef, but they aren't allowed on any major trails. They're only allowed in parking lots, unfenced orchards, and campgrounds. Of course, this is the desert, so sun protection is always crucial. Some trails start in canyons but climb to wide open areas, and aside from the canyon walls, there isn't a lot of shade on these trails. Long sleeves, hats, sunscreen, and sunglasses are always good to have. Don't forget snacks. Always bring snacks, because no one likes a hangry hiker. And one of the biggest considerations is to always have a solid plan. Capitol Reef is a big park, and it has a lot of challenges, so we created a Capitol Reef travel guide to help you explore the park. This is a published quality guide that includes detailed itineraries to help you make a solid plan. And it's linked below this video if you want to check it out. With preparations aside, let's look at the park. Capitol Reef can be split up into 5 sections: the Highway 24 corridor, the historic town of Fruita, the Capitol Reef Scenic Drive, the Waterpocket district, and Cathedral Valley. These aren't official districts, but separating it like this normally helps people visualize it a little better. The Waterpocket district and Cathedral Valley are the toughest districts to explore. Both areas are rugged and remote, so you'll need 4-wheel drive and high clearance if you want to explore them thoroughly. To the south, Waterpocket has some nice slot canyons, Upper Muley Twist, which in my opinion is the best hike in the park, and the Halls Creek Overlook. All of these areas are beautiful, but don't try to visit them unless you're prepared. To the north, Cathedral Valley will take you past a sinkhole, a historic cabin, and massive sandstone monoliths known as temples. I've said it before and I'll probably say it again. Cathedral Valley is the most underrated stop in all of southern Utah, and the temples of the sun and moon provide some of the best scenery in the park. If you're interested in the Waterpocket district or Cathedral Valley, I have full episodes for each district, so you can check those out once you're done here. Next up is the Highway 24 corridor. This is the most popular part of the park. People pass through the park on the highway and normally make a couple quick stops to stretch their legs. Since every stop is right off the road, it's very convenient, which means the crowds are bigger in this part of the park. Trailheads fill up by mid-morning and they stay full until mid-afternoon. But if you're lucky enough to find a parking spot, you can see petroglyphs, Hickman Bridge, Chimney Rock, and so much more. If you turn south off of Highway 24 and drive past the visitor center, you'll find the historic town of Fruita. Fruita has a campground, a couple trailheads, and historic buildings. This little town has been restored to reflect the rustic architecture of the early 1900s. The town sets a relaxing scene. Orchards line the road, you'll see wildlife wandering through the town with deer and marmots hopping through the fields. And the Gifford farmstead sits at the center of it all, particularly the farmhouse. This little farmhouse is known as the Gifford House. This is where you can find cinnamon rolls and personal-sized pies that are delicious. They make for the perfect post-hike treat. Just south of Fruita, you'll find the Capitol Reef Scenic Drive. The Scenic Drive is 8 miles long. You'll have views of cliffs and rock formations, but you can also venture down a couple side roads to find some hidden landmarks. Capitol Gorge Road will take you to the trailhead for the Pioneer Register and the Golden Throne, and Grand Wash Road leads to the trailhead for Cassidy Arch and Grand Wash. All of these were good trails with nice landmarks, plus most people don't venture this far into the park, so it was relatively quiet. As with most places in southern Utah, flash flooding is a real concern, so you'll need to check the weather before you head down these roads. If bad weather is on the horizon, it's best to find something else to do.